wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking at this point, what have I done?
It would appear a lot of people really like Mickey 17. I would love to be one of them, but I don't think I can be. Given the quality I usually expect from Bong Joon-ho, I was actually really excited. And while I do like elements about this, I'm just gonna say it, this movie is a complete mess. If there were one or two less elements, maybe I'd be okay with it, but within the 2-hour plus runtime, there's just too much crammed in here. On the face of it, it is kind of good. I do like the theme, but it's simply not put together right. It's kind of a half and half deal, as I do really like the beginning. Robert Pattinson puts on a great show, Mickey is an engaging lead, the narration throughout is well done, and you do believe he's somebody who'd sign up to be an expendable, die over and over again, without reading the fine print. Comedy and chaos are big factors here. For the most part, it's done right, but I could have used a bit more. You see, despite the interesting premise of reprinting humans, allowing Mickey to die and come back, the main plot is not as interesting. A generic, overly corrupt bad guy wants to colonize a planet, kind of like Avatar, but at least somewhat unique. Only thing is, the alien inhabitants they deem creepers are getting in the way of this. And given the movie opens in the middle, Mickey about to be eaten by one, and the mention that he's a number 17, it's easy to see where it's going. Up until now, the movie has been pretty good, watching him die over and over again in comedic ways, lots of fun stuff. Once we find out the creepers aren't hostile and the social commentary sets in, it kind of goes off the rails. Not really in a fun comedic way, more so too many things happening. The main conflict is in Mickey's absence, they printed a new one, Mickey 18, thinking he was dead, with a much more aggressive tone, and due to an incident in the past, multiples are illegal, and they must be terminated. On top of that, they accidentally brought 2 baby creepers inside, leaving the rest together outside, obviously not pleased, and with that they really do have the setup they need. Problem is, it doesn't really come together. Maybe it's the social commentary, but the way they fill up the movie, second half especially, is not all that good. You have an extended bit with a secondary love interest, I guess, someone you occasionally see throughout the movie. You think she's gonna be good, but then she wants to turn them in, then she wants to be with one of the Mickeys, which the current lover doesn't agree to, and then she kinda just leaves the movie. Not completely, but she doesn't affect much after. I don't know what to make of her. There's his friend who came to the colony with him, and has been apparently tracked down by his loan shark despite being in space. And at some point in the movie, he's gonna kill Mickey with a double chainsaw to apparently get himself off. Yeah, he does appear a few times. He's supposed to be an asshole, so it does make sense, but the whole scene feels like a plot device. We even get an epilogue at the end showing he made out and killed the loan shark's man, assuming you cared, despite the epilogue, if you want to call it that, being way too long as it is. There's a weird dream sequence in it that I don't get the point of, and for some reason at the beginning we're told Mickey supposedly killed her mother by pressing a red button in the car, so we can occasionally say he deserves the situation, but then during the climax we're given a number of reasons why it wasn't his fault. I don't know if they're going for comedy, but that could have been left out. And speaking of the climax, it's a bit of a letdown. I can't think of anything remarkable about it. The bad guy literally tries to go out and give a speech to the creepers, despite the situation. Maybe being overly predictable is the idea. Given both the Mickeys currently have bombs attached to them, the ending is not hard to see coming, in which Mickey 18 kills the cliche villain by setting his bomb off. But again, nothing about the climax is that memorable. It's for the most part what we expect at this point, not a good enough payoff. That said, I don't want you to think I hate the movie, I do kinda still like it. Most of the characters are pretty good, Patterson obviously nails it, and I do like Nasha as the main love interest. Partly due to their simplicity, they're just in love and that's it. She's devoted to him, will do anything for him, and I think it works. I do think given the runtime of the movie, it needed more chaotic scenes because they are pretty good. And when something does happen, it has your attention. That's why it's so disappointing when the movie is good, it's real good, but I don't think it took full advantage. Having 2 Mickeys, one being pathetic, one being more violent and outgoing, this concept is done well, but with so many things going on, you have to ask the question, does the printing and the multiples serve the plot? The answer is not enough. Too much happening, too much nonsense, not enough of what I want to see, and the social commentary that's shoved in your face, it gives away most of the plot. Honestly, I don't even know why they start in the middle, because the moment he says he's Mickey 17, you know he ain't dying. But that's the issue the movie has, a great idea, but not completely followed through. A lot of good elements, people seem to like it, but in my case, I'm left disappointed. Given the director, I expected more, but I guess the lesson is, don't get overhyped. For those who love the movie, let me know how I don't know what I'm talking about down in the comments. You could also like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed, and check out the gaming channel for similar content with games. Link in the description. I'm the Analyst, and remember kids, social commentary is endless.